Hey guys, so I'm driving, not good. But I wrote on a couple comments yesterday under Profiling Evil and a few other channels that I was watching that I feel that I really have to, be honest right now about this whole Suzannemorphew, barrymorphew situation. I know a lot of people are following Lauren Sharf and, Profiling Evil and, a few other places. And they're talking about, the evidence. Okay, just a disclaimer. I am very familiar with the judicial system. I have family practicing defense attorneys. Been in a lot of trouble myself. I've had a lot of defense attorneys represent myself and me defend myself in my own cases that I either had, charges reduced or completely dropped. That as a disclaimer. Another disclaimer, I have been a super, super advocate supporter of support for Suzanne. I've donated, when Andy was on Profiling Evil and Chris and Mike had him on the show. So I did my part, you know what I mean? But I'm also going to completely be honest and say that this is complete bullshit. I wasn't a fan of Barry. I definitely think that now watching the preliminary hearing and hearing more of the defense side, explaining to us, that he searched over 200 miles and, him and, Greg, forgot the last name, the friend that searched with him, they were searching. We also had heard that they were searching, before it became that massive effort, that Andy got involved with. Now, I want to say this much. Finding out the information that we have been finding out, the information that we have been finding out so far about Suzanne, it doesn't look good. I'm a married woman. I'm a mom, 32 years old. It doesn't look good, okay? Let's just be honest. Being that Suzanne had beat cancer once, okay, and that she was recently re-diagnosed, or they thought they found again, and she was going to go through the chemo or treatment again. I'm not throwing dirt on her name by any means. I've been through this personally, okay? Still dealing with it personally. Doctors are, they're there to help you, right? They're help to keep you out of pain. They're help to keep you out of mental agony, right? So when you're dealing with cancer, and I believe it was breast cancer for Suzanne, that she had beat, you're going to get pain medication. It's 100%. It's not 80% chance, a 60% chance. It is 100% chance that a cancer patient that went through the type of treatment that we've heard through friends and family that she underwent, you are going to have, some sort of pain management, right? Okay, we know that. Okay, so two, usually with pain management comes slight depression or anxiety or, post-traumatic, PTSD, from the cancer and the trauma and, everything that she went through, which is completely justified, okay? I'm not here throwing dirt on Suzanne. I am a supporter of Suzanne, and if Suzanne is deceased, she deserves justice, right? What is not justice would be, let's just think for a moment. Let's just say for one moment that she was abducted. Okay, thought one. Okay. And now there's a manhunt for her husband. Is that justice? Is that justice? So she loses her life, let's say, in this situation of abduction, let's say, right? And then her husband gets convicted of murder. So now her daughters lose her and their dad. Okay, so let's just think about that. Okay, 2, let's say her and Puckett, her and Puckett, my brain, so much information. Let's say her and Jeff, I mean, no one seems to be talking about the fact that they had a plan that when she would leave, there would be no contact for 6 months and that he would go and find her. I'm sorry, but this relationship sounds like some high school, and it was high school. They met in high school. High school, leaning on each other for emotional and sexual, releases. I mean, we're adults. Hello. They met up 7 times. It wasn't 6, it was 7. Just 6 different places, 7 times. In the last year and a half, because the relationship was for 2 years in length, that it had started, and then they had that little bit of period of time where his daughter went through his phone and she was supposed to be ordering pizza and saw he was having communications with Suzanne, so they cut it off, right? So in just a year and a half that there was actual communication, that's 7 times. People were saying, oh, that's not a lot. I don't know about you, but me leaving my home 7 different times to be with another man that's not my husband, that's a lot for me. That would be a lot for me. Okay, maybe not for them, and their financial and whatever they were doing as far as business or whatever. I thought Suzanne was a stay-at-home mom. Now we're hearing that she was going away for business trips when she was seeing Jeff. Let me rewind. So, these are just my personal thoughts, right? Because it seems like everybody is now taking little pieces of the evidence and they're making their own thoughts. And that's what happens when you have a trial. Let's say that we're going to have a trial because, we all are hopefully most true crime people are educated enough to know that, prelims, I mean, they're very low burden of proof, okay? I mean, it's like very, very small burden of proof. It's a huge percentage that prelim and probable cause is found. I mean, it could be on, jaywalking, it's going to be found. So now let's continue and say the trial. If we are in a trial setting, okay, and we are discussing these facts in this case because they are all circumstantial, okay, this case is based on circumstantial evidence, right? We were hearing that, Mike saying that on Profiling Evil. You're hearing that on Unmasked. You've heard that on other probable channels out there on YouTube. Love Interview Room. Chris is my guy. I'm a member. I super duper love him. I love Karen, D-Man. Those are my people, right? Chris is the reason, his passion on Profiling Evil, when him and Mike were together, were the reason I fell in love with Suzanne and her case and her story, okay? So let's be clear, okay? But we are now in this awkward place because this is so circumstantial. Not a speck of blood, not just found in the home, okay? There's 130 pages of an affidavit for for these murder charges to go through as warranted. Of course, you got to go an affidavit and judge has to sign it, right? So there's 130 pages that a judge has saw and said, okay, you have probable cause, go ahead and place him under arrest with no bond, okay? So that probable cause affidavit has basically shown, sorry, I'm driving. Hold on one second. That probable cause affidavit has basically shown that, it's enough to arrest him, okay? Let me rewind. Sorry, my mind I just had a brain fart. I had a brain fart because of the traffic. But back to the circumstantial evidence, right? Because it is a circumstantial evidence case, with not one speck of DNA, blood, human flesh. I mean, we're hearing that these 5 dump sites, which it's not 5, okay? There's 2 of these sites that they're stating as fact, right? But there's no video or photoing of him doing that. They're stating this on the GPS data, right? So if we take that into consideration and go back again to this is all circumstantial, you know, that's what happens in situations like this. When you proceed to press first-degree murder charges on a man or a human being, a woman, whatever, and it's all circumstantial, you have no solid fact, you have no body, you have nothing, no blood ever in any of the 100+ search warrants and you know, different places that they went to and digged and searched, and I mean not one speck of DNA showing she's even dead. So what happens in these situations, guys, is that we are now left as the public to make up our own decisions. And the problem with that is everybody's dictation and everyone's life experiences are what is going to create their circumstances of Barry's evidence, right? All right, I'm a Dunkin' Donut. I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to continue when I get back. Bye.